I'm Plowny, and in this episode of the Nostalgia Trip, I'm going to be continuing with my reactions to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the 2012 series. In this video, we're going to be reacting to what I assume is our long-awaited reaction to two episodes called The Manhattan Project and Wormquake, which seems to be a two-parter, and I've seen some of you guys' comments that you're excited for me to react to some future episodes, so I assume this is going to be it, because it won't make sense to be anything else. So that is making me really excited to get into this one, because like, how good could it possibly be? But as usual, before we get into the reaction, I just want to remind you, you can get the full-length reaction to these two episodes and any other episodes that I've done of this show and of Generator X and Fullmetal Alchemist on my Patreon by going down the description below and clicking on the link to it, where by subscribing at the specific tier, which is like a $5 tier that I've made for it, you get to watch all the full-length reactions. And yeah, I guess without further ado, let's just get into it and see how epic this two-parter is going to be. In 3, 2, 1.
It's about your father. Your real father. Your real name is Miwa.
I'm not interested in anything but you begging for your life.
You sure about that?
Earthquake!
In New York.
Cry, look out!
Run! Did you go to the Prometheus school of running away from things, Leo?
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
No.
Ah! Ow!
Mikey, who has that kind of technology?
The Krang?
Ah!
Oh, that was cute. That was cute.
Master Splinter, I tried to tell Karai that you're her father.
Oh yeah, I remember you, but who the fuck are you supposed to be?
Tiger Claw.
Wow, such an original name.
This is your secret weapon, father? Another freak?
This is the Foot Clan you promised me? I must say, Master Shredder, I am
No, you're just gonna be another lackey that is gonna fail again and again and again. Cool design though.
I honor you, great Tiger Claw. Can I offer you some refreshments?
I wonder if this is what's behind the earthquakes. We're gonna have to test it.
I don't know, Donnie. You think that's a good idea?
If you turtles are gonna be slow about it, I'm going.
You're crazy! Nuts! Out of your gourd!
It's Casey, so that's nothing new.
Raph!
Come on, Red.
Ah! April, wait for me!
I think that's a very bad idea, guys.
Can't let him go alone, dude.
Oh, Mikey. What?
It's us! Why do we look like dorks?
Is that supposed to be April?
Nice jumpsuit.
Guys, look!
I think it's
Okay, that's a cool Easter egg.
Dimension X!
You know, why didn't they include the 2003 series in one of these as well? One thing that bothers me is that every single incarnation of TMNT glorifies the 80 version, but none really cares about the 2003 version, which is, I'd say objectively the best TMNT.
Get ready, team!
Like, each of these series has its strengths and weaknesses, but I feel like the 2003 is the most underrated.
I got this.
Stop with your dick measuring contest.
That was too close.
All right, Johnny, how do we get out of here?
You're the expert, Gap Tooth.
Gap tooth? Look in the mirror lately, cave mouth?
Guys, stop!
Some good insults, I gotta say.
Wow, looks like another part of Dimension X.
Release my sons! Now! 旧ソネコ若元は言ったものだが、果たしてどうかな?
それはどうかな? I speak some Japanese myself, dude.
to slice you into bite-sized pieces. Now you are defenseless.
A ninja is never defenseless.
Guys, find a way to get out of there.
Stripes off that cat!
Remove the leverage that Tiger Claw has over Splinter so he can go full on. Not like he's not already, but still.
You will not trip me up so easily.
Man, this is a cool fight.
And now, we shall see if a cat always lands on its feet.
No!
Oh, come on, Splinter is better than this. He just got shot because the plot demanded it. I mean, this is gonna be a little bit confusing in terms of how I'm gonna edit this, because this count as 2 episodes or not? I hope that it does, because otherwise I don't know how exactly I'm gonna edit it, but we're gonna end it for a little bit now to just go over what happened so far, because it has been about 22 minutes, so that seems to have been the first episode. Honestly, I'm a little disappointed, because outside of that Easter egg for the 80s Turtles, I mean, it hasn't been that interesting. It's been mostly just stuff happening and not really any substance or interesting moments. And yeah, I guess we have some more development on the main plot and Karai learning that Splinter is her father. But frankly, I don't really care too much about it. Because they already reviewed it to us as the audience quite a while ago, so I feel like the emotional stakes just aren't there for me personally, so I don't really care about that. And with the Krang stuff, I don't know, I don't really care about it. It's not really anything particularly interesting as well. Again, we have the reveal that about how the mutagen is made or where it's coming from, but I don't know. Cool reveal, but it just doesn't really have much substance to it. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me not really finding much interesting things in these episodes. Although I really like the portal hole scene where we did saw the Easter egg with the 80s Turtles, but I don't know. It's just not that interesting overall to me. Maybe the second part of the episode, Wormquake, is gonna be better, but yeah, I don't know. It's not bad. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like I enjoyed the last 2 episodes, the previous 2 episodes, much more. And especially the first one of the previous 2 was a really, really fun episode. But again, I think the reason why I feel like the way I feel for this episode, it's just because of you guys. I was kind of hyped up that this was going to be a really cool episode. And maybe the episode that you were excited for me to see wasn't this 2-parter. Maybe it was something else. So I don't know, we'll see about that once you guys comment in the comments below whether this was the case or not. But because you kind of hyped me up, I guess I was more hyped for this episode and I had higher expectations for it than what it turned out to be. Because there were definitely good moments in this episode. Like, I like the fight between Splinter and Tiger Claw. And Tiger Claw seems to be a threatening and an entertaining character and a cool fighter. But I don't know, just didn't have much to it. I feel like maybe you could have... How to say it? I feel like you could have kind of constricted the story into a smaller amount of time, and it could have been a little bit more entertaining, because a lot of the episode just seem to be stuff happening. Like, a lot of the episode was just set up with not much payoff. So that's why I'm hoping the second part of the episode is going to be better, but whether that's going to be the case, I don't know. We're still going to have to do it, so without further ado, I guess let's get into the second part of the 2-parter, Wormquake, in 3, 2, 1.
What?
Master Shredder desires them alive. He wants the pleasure of finishing the turtles himself.
Fine. Let's deal
Oh,
with
how
that.
convenient. A way for them to survive.
You're gonna answer to me!
My sons, go.
Run!
This is something the turtles should have done themselves. Escape.
Leo!
so they didn't have leverage over Splinter.
We do this for Splinter. There comes a time, brothers, when history is forged like melted cheese. It sticks together as one, but it's still soft and squishy in the middle.
Yeah, that speech got away from you a little bit.
Are you with me?
I like your sentiment though.
Lamest speech ever. But I'm with you. Let's do this.
No, Father!
Told ya!
Who would stop me?
You'd kill your greatest enemy while he's poisoned and chained? What about honor? Everything you taught me.
The girl is right, Master Shredder.
Why do you care?
Very well. Gather the foot. I will
And that's
offer
gonna be your
you
downfall, Shredder, because you
one last
didn't
fight.
kill him there. He's gonna escape.
Did you help me?
I don't know.
And it's also really annoying from writing perspective. Like, don't put the characters in situations where you have to not kill them. That is also a fault of the 2003 series. I'm gonna come out and say it. It's a problem
Never speak
in
of
that
my
show as
mother
well.
again. You ruined my family. You ruined
Either
all
have it
of
so
our
your characters
lives.
are actually able to be killed and able to truly be in danger, or don't put them in danger, where you have to conveniently let them escape and survive.
The destruction of your master, Hamato Yoshi.
I mean, he's still weak and you're not really fighting him at his full strength, so there's still no honor in killing him. No more than it was before.
You can do it, Sensei. Sensei!
So much for I don't sense anybody else, Master Shredder.
I smell the reptiles.
If they escape, Shredder will have all your hides.
And what about yours, Karai?
Yeah, it's kinda your fault. You were the one who stopped him from killing Splinter.
Must get the
Although
poison
Shredder is just
out of
simply
my system.
dumb for not killing Splinter
water,
when
Sensei.
he had him. He's back. Now he's gonna kick your butt.
Now it is time to end this.
Hell yeah.
Are you ready, my
Man,
sons?
I've started noticing some really good soundtrack in this episode. I don't think I've ever commended the show for its soundtrack.
You are mine now, Yoshi-san. Ah, who dares?
Not too shabby.
Yes!
I'm sure they're very confused about what the hell's happening.
But what about Karai?
I still can't believe that evil witch is your daughter. Sorry to be so honest.
Perhaps one day she will believe the truth. But that is her decision.
For now, we celebrate.
Interesting she's sticking around, because that kind of shows her that what they're talking about is probably true, because there's no reason for them to keep up the facade if it's just a lie. What?
Hey, you guys see that?
Whoa, dudes, a giant freaky worm! Totally Mondo Bizarro!
I bet that pesky Shredder and Krang are behind this. You know what that means, right, Leonardo?
We take down the creepy crawler and then we order pizza.
Yes! Turtle power!
God, even from that little bit, I really wouldn't want to watch the 80 series of TMNT, so guys, please do not ask me for reactions for that show, because I would not be able to bear it. I'm sorry. I know this is probably going to be a controversial opinion, but I kinda hate the 80 series, or at least don't like it. It's everything I hate about the 2012 series, but cranked up to 11. And I'm pretty sure I probably already talked about how I don't like the 80 series in the 2003 movie that featured the 80 series Turtles. But the thing that pisses me off the most about it is how glorified it is. And how it's like supposed to be the original Turtles, the OG Turtles, and that any series of TMNT that does not take inspiration from that series specifically is garbage. I think that's one of the reasons, or at least I'm under the impression that that's one of the reasons why the 2003 series is so underrated or overlooked, because it's much more serious and character driven and more mature compared to the 80 series or this one as well. And it really pisses me off because for me the 2003 series of TMNT is the definitive TMNT, the serious, the mature and brooding version of it. And it really pisses me off because almost every single content that comes from out of TMNT, be it video games, movies, like for example the relatively recent Batman vs TMNT movie, are all more comedy based, just like this series of TMNT, because of the original TMNT. I prefer a series that is more closer to the original comics, which is what the 2003 series, I think it's closer to the original comics. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't like the 80 series. It has everything that I hate about TMNT, and none of the good stuff. And this little snippet of it here, which I wonder if that's foreshadowing for a future episode, because I do know that that future episode is going to happen. I don't know when, but maybe that's going to be a thing. But this little snippet does not make me more into those Turtles. And I know that some of you are going to comment, oh, this is not what the 80s Turtles are like. It's just like a glorified or just like a flanderized version of the 80s Turtles, and they are not like this all the time. But if there is one season of the 80s series that I'm interested in, or at least one part of the 80s series that I'm interested in checking out, is the part where they get serious. Because I know that over the course of the series they kind of become more silly and even less serious, but then there's like a switch in the last few seasons where they become much more serious. So if there's one season that I'm interested in checking out, is that one. But I'm getting a little bit sidetracked. So yeah, honestly, I really kind of don't care about these two episodes. I mean, again, they weren't bad. Like, these two episodes weren't bad or anything. I think they were perfectly fine in terms of the writing and everything, but I just didn't really get any kind of substance from them, you know? Yes, there was the story in the moments with Karai and her learning that Splinter is her father and everything, but frankly, again, I don't really care about it too much. So for me, this two-parter that I kind of hyped myself for being very exciting and very cool was kind of boring overall. There was nothing really fun or emotional or interesting that happened. So I really hope that this is not the episodes that you guys were excited for me to react to, because in that case, I probably very disappointed you a lot with my reaction to it, in my opinion on it, but that's how I feel about it. I don't like that I hated these two episodes, or at least didn't like them, but that's just how I feel about it. And in terms of a rating for these two episodes, I mean, this might be a little harsh, but I kind of am going to give it like a 7.4 out of 10. Again, this is not a bad rating, but this kind of brought me back to how I felt for a lot of episodes of the first season, where it's not bad, but it's not that great either. It's just kind of eh. And I don't really care about it too much, so yeah, I don't know. Again, it's probably it's my fault because I hyped myself for this exciting sci-fi two-parter, especially considering that one of the episodes is called The Manhattan Project. So I was almost definitely going to be disappointed one way or another, but that doesn't change the fact that I wished I wasn't disappointed about it. But yeah, what did you guys think about these 2 episodes? Comment down below and let's have a discussion about it. And as usual, I want to give a huge shout out and thanks to my currently 3 patrons on Patreon: Omari Bridgman, Deadpool, and Lemonade. Thank you guys for your support. I really appreciate that you've decided to support me through my Patreon, and I'm hoping that you continue to enjoy my content for a long time, thus supporting me for a long time. But anyway, I'm just happy to give you guys content that you enjoy and make your day better through this. And now, before we end this video, I just want to talk about something to you guys very quickly, which some of you may or may have not noticed before or know about me, that being the fact that I am trans. And yes, this may come as shocking to some of you because I don't really flaunt it that much on my channel, or at least I feel like I don't. Outside of like my K-pop reactions, which is where I feel like the most comfortable being myself like this. And yeah, I am in fact trans. I'm not necessarily full-on male to female, but I heavily want to transition to being pretty female. I do consider myself more non-binary though, or maybe gender fluid would be the best descriptor as well, because I do have occasional moments where I feel fine being like just a normal guy, but most of the time, like right now, I do feel very dysphoric. And that's why I'm asking you guys for any help that you can give me, because my situation right now, I don't really see any way outside of you guys' help. Because, and this is gonna be kept short and concise, I live with my parents. They're never going to accept me as a trans person. They just never will. And as a matter of fact, back when I started the YouTube channel, I was actually kind of slightly starting my transition back then, with like starting to grow out my hair. I even got to DIY HRT, but because my parents started noticing certain things, like my behavior had changed a lot and my clothes had changed a lot, I kind of had to stop doing that because they were constantly nagging me about cutting my hair and just started to kind of be threatening in a certain way, and felt like they were ashamed of me and everything, and that just kind of stress just tired me out to the point where I just gave up. But as dysphoria goes, it just doesn't go away, you know. I still feel like this, and in fact it's somewhat been intensifying again recently, so I just wanted to share this with you guys. And again, I would really appreciate any amount of support you can give me in regards to this, because I just don't see any way out of this. Because even if I moved out of my parents' house and got myself a job and everything, that's just not gonna work for long-term planning, because once I transition, it's like I probably will not be able to get myself a job, because my country is very transphobic. Nobody gives a shit about LGBT people at all. So there's not even much I can do even in terms of transitioning here. So yeah, I don't know. I just would appreciate any amount of support you can give me, be it monetarily or in any way otherwise. And this is not about boosting my channel or anything, or guilt-tripping you with my sob story. I just wanted to get this off my chest and make my subscribers aware of the situation that I am in, and that I would appreciate anything that you guys can help me out with. It would mean literally everything. Like, for example, a friend that I made after starting this YouTube channel, my good friend Yuri, has been helping me out a lot. And I genuinely might have not been here if it wasn't for him showing up and befriending me. So yeah, this just went a little bit longer than I intended, but I would just really appreciate anything you can support me with. That's kind of ultimately what I'm trying to say. And yeah, Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like, subscribe. Also, check out the description to my Twitter if you want to follow me over there, and to my Wattpad where I post my stories, because in addition to doing all these videos on my channel, I'm also a writer. And if you don't enjoy my stories or you simply enjoy my videos, you can head over to my Patreon or to my Ko-fi account where you can pledge your support and help get the channel going, help support me so I can keep writing stories you enjoy. But if you don't want to do it, that's completely fine. You can still help me out in other ways, like liking this video, subscribing to the channel, and especially sharing this video with somebody who you think might enjoy it. And I think that's pretty much it for this video, so hopefully I'm gonna see you in the next one. Bye!